Hello, this is Kavi Kalam, and today I want to talk about self perception. And what better way to talk about self perception than by talking about why I haven't made a video in 2 days? And every time I didn't make a video, I told myself, actually, in the third day, I'm going to make 2 videos. The day after that, I'm going to make the best video ever. My self perception of myself is insanely prideful. It cannot take even the smallest amount of hurt. And as a result, what I do is I soothe my ego every time my self perception of myself is challenged. And how that happens is, let's say I didn't work on my capstone tonight. I didn't. And I wanted to be known to myself that, oh, actually, I'm not a person who doesn't work on their capstone. I would actually work on my capstone. I haven't been doing so many things that was telling myself I would do. So my mind is in this different delusional reality where every time I become hurt by any of my actions towards myself, or I don't follow up on anything, I don't follow up on something that I've been meaning to do, I tell myself, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I won't. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. Why can't I tell myself I'm not going to do it tomorrow? Would that make it more likely for me to do this, or would it make it less likely? And I would just have this self-perception of myself as someone who doesn't do his work. And I'm not sure what the answer to this is at all, because I feel like I've been struggling with this for a long time. Whenever my parents would tell me, Nobel, can you go get milk from the store? Can you do this? Can you do that? What I would say is I would always say iksin, which means in a moment. And I've used that word maybe a million times in my life. Iksin ma gorsu, iksin ma gorsu, and iksin ma uthera parchu. I'm gonna stand up and study in a little bit, in a moment, when I know I won't. What if, what if instead I would just go and tell myself, I'm not gonna study at this moment? Would that be better? Maybe that would motivate me out of spite, because I feel like spite is a great motivator for people to push themselves to action. And especially, I'm thinking about this in terms of, I'm trying to think of a story, but my self perception of myself recently has been that I'm not good at talking to people. And I don't know where the fuck that came from. I think that I can be pretty charismatic. And actually, one more thing that has been playing on the back of my head, which is I am someone who speaks a lot in class. I am someone who will raise his hand and start yapping. But today in class, I felt really anxious to share my perspective. I felt like I wasn't articulate enough. And I'm not sure why that's the case. And I was sitting in class and see, I now I'm thinking I'm saying and too many times. And see what I say and damn way too many times. I feel like that is a way for me to fill up the gap in a conversation. I always react to something because I'm constantly scrolling on reels. I'm always reacting to something. And everything that I see needs to be reacted to, needs my opinion on it, which is not the case. Everything that you see does not need an opinion from your side. But because of this algorithm brain that I've conditioned myself into, I think, okay, someone says something in a conversation, damn, that's crazy. What? It's not crazy. Or it's like, at best, he just said that the food was bussing. It's not crazy. You can just be like, it was. And I think about these social situations way too much. And I feel like just being hyper aware of social situations disconnects you from yourself. It disconnects you from your self perception of yourself at that moment, and it's completely outward. It's in fight or flight. When in fact, being around people should be comfortable. You should be okay with being looked at. And that reminds me of how just a few days ago I was at this event, and everyone was dancing in a circle. And one by one, someone was pushing someone into the circle and they were dancing in the middle. Someone was pushing the other person in the middle and they were dancing in the middle. They were all doing all sorts of weird moves. And I really fuck with that. But someone pushed me into the middle of the circle and I'm immediately hyper aware of the space around me. And I just do like a small dance move and I return. And I was like thinking heavily like, oh, who's looking at me? And I feel like this is very important for me to notice because there is some part of my brain that seems to think that I can't be looked at. Like, I don't want people looking at me. Like, is it insecure of the fact that people will look at me? And that's very important to note because why is it insecure? Since when did I become someone who was uncomfortable being looked at? Because I love looking at myself. I love looking at my own Instagram profile. And that really says something because if I can obsessively, compulsively look at myself and try my best to affirm to myself. Maybe that's why I look at myself a lot. Is it I'm seeking for affirmation about myself to the mirror? Like, oh, is this me? Or am I really this guy? Am I really handsome? Am I really fuckable? Why am I constantly checking my social media, my own highlights? Why am I looking at myself in the mirror again and again, no matter who I'm with? I think it's because I have this need to want to assure myself. And what I now notice is true belief comes from the heart. It's an energy that you emanate. And when you have that, you smile and you're present and you feel like how I'm feeling right now. I feel present. I don't want to look at myself in this screen that is clearly showing my face. I just looked at it. That's what's up. I feel the need to assure myself when I can just believe. And that's where your image of yourself is a huge, huge factor. Do I believe that I will do my work tomorrow? I'm not sure, but I want to. But how do you make yourself believe something that you would like to achieve? This is having agency, right? And people who have agency are probably living the happiest lives ever because they are able to will themselves to do whatever they want to do or whatever they want to see in their life. And I'm just thinking about how I can do that more, just have more agency and see myself not with this wounded perspective. I'm calling it wounded because I think I'm really sensitive to my perspective of myself. And a part of me knows that. And instead of being honest with myself that I didn't do my work, fuck man, that's bad. I didn't do my work. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. I just felt it. I feel it in my lower back, I think. Whenever I feel these feelings that, Nobel, you didn't do enough work. You wasted an opportunity. Instead of feeling these feelings, I shut them off. I tell myself, oh, Nobel, tomorrow morning you're gonna be on your grind. And tomorrow morning I'm not. Tomorrow morning I'll be like tomorrow afternoon. Instead of just breathing in and feeling it negatively, feeling these negative emotions. Because I block them out. I'm quite sensitive to negative emotions and I would much rather be someone who is sensitive to negative emotions, who's sensitive to all emotions, than be someone who blocks them out. Because that's what living is, to have these emotions, to have these feelings that wills you into existence. And today, I had a really good therapy session and I felt parts of my brain unlock because I had been holding things in for so long that even I didn't know about. The fact that this one fact about my life or this one invalidating experience has caused me to shut off and spiral when I'm thinking about things, when I'm trying to focus, it is genuinely mind boggling how much your self perception is also unconscious, because it fucked up my confidence. And sharing these things, certain things in therapy today, made me just a lot more open to feeling negative feelings, because there was this huge mountain, huge block of negative feeling, like a Goku spirit bomb of negative feelings in my head. And every time I felt a negative emotion, that, Nobel, you didn't do your fucking homework, man, you didn't do your fucking readings, I, I would send energy into this huge negative ball. Or I guess this negative ball acted as a magnet to these terrible, to these bad things. They're not terrible. Like, they're just things I didn't do. No person can be perfect. Instead of feeling it one by one, that, oh man, I didn't do my homework. That's so bad. Instead of going like that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do my homework tomorrow. Rationalizing it in my head again and again. Don't rationalize. When you feel like you haven't been productive, when you feel like you haven't been chasing your goals, take a deep breath and feel bad about it. Feel bad about yourself. Because I would think that, okay, bad feelings attract other bad feelings, and I'm just here attracting bad energy. When in fact, my pursuit should be to be whole, a whole person, feel all of my emotions, and think about what emotions I want to consciously work towards, instead of not feeling them, instead of trying to suppress them and feeling good emotions, good emotions. And this good emotion is a lie right now. It's a lie that you think that you're gonna do this and do that. But you can't always think it's a lie, because I also have this immense self belief in myself. And does that push me? Does this self belief push you, Nobel? Makes me do things, yeah, but not up to par, actually. Really, it doesn't. And the self belief could be delusional. My perception of myself is utterly delusional, like Kanye West type shit. And instead of having a delusional perspective about myself, I can have a real perspective. And that's how I can enact change. When I have a real perspective about real things that are happening to me, then I can understand myself. Oh, this makes me feel bad. This is what I like. This is what I need to correct about myself to be a better person. This is what I need to retain about myself to be a better person, to be a better speaker, to be a better family member, to be a better friend, finally, to be a better expresser of his ideas. And that's maybe what I should start doing. Just being honest with myself. Yeah, my head feels lighter now after speaking about this. Thank you for watching. If you can relate, let me know. And if you can't, it's okay. I don't really expect no one to see this video. It's just a way for me to keep in tune with myself and my emotions. So I would recommend, if you watch this video, if you come across this video, to try it for yourself. Look into a camera and speak for 10 minutes without a script. Just let things come out. It's kind of like journaling, but for me, I also overthink while I'm journaling. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna think, okay, later I'm gonna be this future superstar, and people are gonna read my journal, so how can I write it in the best way? What the fuck, man? Like, it's your journal. So think, don't lie to yourself, and feel bad feelings. Feel anger when you want to feel anger. Feel sad when you want to feel sad. Feel happy when you want to feel happy. And I feel like I might mask happiness a lot. Sometimes I want to be lazy. I want to be so many feelings. Instead, you just block it out and only feel the good ones. What? Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching.